Welcome to my channel. Try to hear the latest story.
My fiancée announced that her bachelorette celebration would be a fortnight-long journey across Europe accompanied by her former partner. She warned me not to act like an overbearing future husband. I simply responded, "Enjoy your flight." After that, I terminated the booking for our wedding location, redirected the deposit toward engaging a private investigator, and had legal papers delivered to her right at the departure gate upon her arrival back home. I'm a 32-year-old man who got engaged to Natasha, 29, 8 months prior. We had been a couple for 3 years and everything appeared stable. The ceremony was scheduled for the end of October. The site was reserved, initial payments made, the entire arrangement in place. I managed the bulk of the arrangements since she insisted that coordinating events overwhelmed her. In other words, I covered nearly all the costs while she retained the final say. 3 weeks back, she mentioned it offhandedly during supper. "I've been considering my bachelorette gathering. What ideas do you have?" Initially, a getaway to Las Vegas with my girlfriends. She toyed with her greens. In fact, Vanessa proposed something unique, more significant. Vanessa, her closest companion from university days. The one who shares subtle digs about respecting women's decisions whenever somebody raises doubts. Alright, such as an excursion to Europe, lasting 2 weeks. I set my utensil aside. 2 weeks? Tash, the nuptials are in 6 weeks. That's pushing it dangerously near. It will be okay. We depart in roughly 10 days, return with 2 weeks remaining. Who's joining? She paused. Warning sign 1. Myself, Vanessa, Kelsey, and Devin. My mind froze. Devin? Your previous Devin? He's part of our circle, darling. Has been for ages. It would feel odd to exclude him. Devin. The man she was with for 2 years before me. The one whose online pictures she continued to heart without fail. The one who coincidentally appeared at 3 of our early outings until I addressed it. You intend to bring your old flame on your pre-wedding trip. Goodness, here it comes. She sighed dramatically. This is precisely why I delayed mentioning it. I figured you'd turn it strange. How is this not strange, Natasha? Because we're grown-ups. Devin and I are merely pals. Nothing more. We ended things 4 years ago. You must move beyond this jealousy issue. Jealousy issue? Indeed. It's not appealing. I'm wedding you, aren't I? That ought to suffice. We debated for an hour. Each worry I voiced was twisted into evidence of me being domineering, unsure, lacking faith in her. She deployed terms like emotional growth and contemporary partnerships, and if you truly cared, you'd back this. Eventually, I grew weary. You know what? All right, proceed as you wish. Her expression brightened. Truly? Yes. Safe travels. She pecked my cheek. Thanks, love. This is why I adore you. You understand. I understood nothing, but I did begin strategizing. The following morning, I contacted the location, spoke with the coordinator, stated I required cancellation. They expressed sympathy yet were resolute. The $8,500 deposit was non-returnable, except in cases of exceptional situations. What qualifies as exceptional? Sickness? Armed forces orders? Bereavement? May I inquire why you're withdrawing? My bride-to-be is heading on a 2-week European adventure with her ex as her farewell to singlehood event. Extended silence. Sir, I will handle this termination myself and classify it as an exemption. Your complete deposit will return in 5 working days. Bless that lady. Next, I rang my friend Trevor, an attorney. Not in domestic law, but he had connections. Man, that's wild, he remarked. What's your plan? I require a detective. A skilled one. Can you inquire? Absolutely. But are you certain? She's traveling Europe for 14 days with her former beau. Yes, I am. He provided a contact that same day. Dominic. Ex-official, now freelance. We convened at a cafe. Your pal outlined the scenario, Dominic noted. Here's the truth. I can't trail them abroad. But I can conduct thorough history reviews, track online activity, and I have an associate there for minimal observation if necessary. It's costly. How costly? For 14 days of oversight? 8,000 at least. Might reach 12 based on discoveries and depth desired. The location deposit would suffice. Proceed. In the following days, Natasha was unusually cheerful. Packing luggage, acquiring fashionable attire, mapping routes with Vanessa via video. I remained composed. Inquired about her voyage, showed curiosity, behaved ordinarily. You're handling this so well. she remarked the evening prior to departure. I knew you'd adjust. I simply want you to enjoy. Departure day, I transported her to the terminal. She embraced me farewell, declared her affection, vowed to message upon touchdown. Have a good time, I said. I waited until her aircraft descended. Then I phoned Trevor. Listen, I need assistance with another matter. First report, 5 days in. Dominic forwarded his initial findings 3 days into the journey. It was revealing. The individual and Devon registered at a lodging in the initial destination. Distinct rooms yet connected. The remaining 2 companions, Vanessa and Qley, were at a separate establishment entirely. Hold on, what? I contacted him. They aren't lodging together? Accurate, Vanessa and Qley are at a budget in roughly 2 miles distant. Natasha and Devon are at an upscale small hotel, far superior. I accessed the reservation. It was secured 6 weeks earlier via Devon's card. Both chambers on one booking. My palms chilled 6 weeks prior, before she even informed me of the plans. Additional details, my associate witnessed them dining yesterday evening. Solely the pair. Quite affectionate, clasping hands, extended gazes, that nature. Vanessa and Qley were absent. Forward everything. The images arrived an hour later. Natasha and Devon at a dimly lit eatery. His palm over hers, her chuckling, inclining nearer. Another shot of them strolling a square, her head resting on his arm. I felt ill. Then I felt resolve. Rang Trevor once more. I must understand my lawful choices. For what purpose? She utilized funds I provided for matrimonial costs to finance this excursion. Can I pursue legally? Possibly. What amount? I'd handed her $4,000 3 months back, explicitly for her gown, fittings, and pre-wedding festivities. She claimed the gown was $2,800. I'd viewed photos of her wearing it. Never thought to request proof of purchase. For $1,000 that I can verify, likely more. I'll prepare a formal request. We'll begin there. If she refuses, we initiate a civil action for deceit and violation of marital pledge. It's an antiquated principle, but it persists in certain jurisdictions, particularly with evidence of falsehood. Proceed. Meanwhile, Natasha messaged daily. Trivial updates. The buildings here are stunning. Wish you were witnessing this. I miss you, I responded typically. Here's wonderful. Enjoy yourself. I miss you as well. Dominic's reports continued. Further meals. Exploring. Just the duo. Vanessa and Qley featured in perhaps 30% of the captures. The majority, Natasha and Devon, resembling a pair on holiday. Day 6, she videophoned me. I nearly declined. Hi, sweetheart. She was merry, obviously. Just needed to view your face. Hello. Enjoying? Immensely. This journey was precisely what I required. Where are Vanessa and Qley? Short pause. Oh, they're probably at a bar or similar. Devon and I returned from an amazing dining spot. Only you and Devon? Yes, the others preferred independent activities. It's all right, Devon's an excellent guide. I'm sure. Sounds pleasant. We conversed briefly more. She appeared entirely unconcerned. Fully persuaded her actions were innocent. Post-call, I accessed my computer and began terminating all arrangements. Every matrimonial supplier, food service, image capturer, bloom arranger, music provider. Some deposits lost. Others compassionate upon explanation. Total reclaimed, approximately $14,000 of the $32,000 already invested. I covered $28,000. She'd supposedly contributed $4,000. Well, supposedly. I was questioning if she'd invested anything. My mother phoned that night. Darling, the bloom supplier just contacted. They mentioned you terminated. I disclosed all. The voyage, the former, the images, everything. Quiet on her line. Then I never warmed to her. Mom, indeed. Overly demanding. Always acted as if she were granting you a favor. You're better without, dear. Perhaps. Didn't feel improved yet. Second report, the homecoming. 14 days later, Natasha's aircraft touched down at 4:30 p.m. on a Tuesday. I knew from her message with specifics, requesting if I could retrieve her. Unable. Apologies. Tied up at the office. Take a rideshare. Seriously? After 14 days, you can't depart early for me? Regret. Love. Intense project deadline. She replied with a frustrated icon but relented. Trevor and I were at the terminal regardless. Not in baggage claim. At her actual gate. With documents. The action was initiated 3 days earlier. Civil claim for $4,000 in deceptive fund usage, plus compensation for mental anguish and contract violation. The request had been mailed to her family residence, her official address per her identification, during her absence. We had delivery confirmation, signature received. She hadn't referenced it, likely unaware. Certain about this? Trevor queried as we stood near the gate. Utterly. Travelers began emerging. I noticed Vanessa initially, then Kelsey, then Natasha, giggling at Devon's remark trailing her. She spotted me and beamed, then noticed Trevor, then the packet in my grasp. Her grin vanished. Darling, why are you here? I approached, extended the packet. Natasha, you are hereby served with a civil action for deceit and improper fund allocation. Particulars enclosed. What? She gazed at the packet as if venomous. What do you mean? The $4,000 I provided for matrimonial costs. You diverted it to this journey with Devon. That constitutes deceit. Devon advanced. Hey, that's not silence, Devon. This isn't your affair. Natasha flushed. You're unhinged. I applied that for its intended purpose. Truly? Produce your gown invoice? It's at the residence. No, it isn't. I searched. What I did locate. A transaction on the card you're unaware I monitor. The one you're secondary on. $2,100 to a voyage firm. Same week I gave the funds. Her lips parted. No words. You falsified the gown expense. You kept the surplus and used my resources for a passionate escape with your former. That's deceit, Natasha. The ceremony is off. Entirely. Suppliers informed. Location terminated. We're finished. Onlookers gawked now. Vanessa attempted mediation. Alright, let's all relax. Vanessa, you assisted in orchestrating this. You knew precisely the nature. Don't begin. Natasha regained speech. High-pitched now. You terminated our nuptials. You embarked on a 14-day romantic sojourn with another male. What outcome did you expect? It was a pre-wedding celebration. With your ex-partner, whom you shared lodging with, whom you shared intimate meals with, while your genuine friends lodged elsewhere. Yes, I'm aware. Her complexion paled. You spied on me? I engaged a professional to record your use of diverted funds. All documented in the claim. You have 30 days to reply. My attorney's details included. I departed. Trevor trailed. Behind. Natasha began shrieking. You can't. You're deranged. I did no wrong. Devon attempted soothing. Vanessa shouted at me. Kelsey appeared uneasy. I didn't glance back. In the lot, Trevor nodded. That was explosive, buddy. She earned it. Without doubt. Just noting. Wow. We ate. I returned home. Rested in my dwelling. My dwelling. My name on the agreement. Grateful we never cohabited formally. And simply exhaled. My device erupted around 6 p.m. messages from her. From Vanessa. From unknown contacts. I blocked all save Natasha's. Required for proof. Her messages evolved. We must discuss maturely. You shamed me publicly. I'm heading over now. Devon was merely a pal. You're overreacting. Alright. Ignore. I can't fathom this over triviality. My counsel says your case is weak. That final amused me. She lacked counsel. Couldn't fund one. Third report. Repercussions. The subsequent week was turmoil. Natasha attempted all tactics. Initially, she arrived at my residence. I barred entry. She yelled through the entrance for 20 minutes until a resident threatened authorities. I recorded via phone. Further proof. Then she targeted via shared acquaintances. Portrayed herself wronged. He's possessive. He lost it over an innocent journey. He seeks to bankrupt me. Some believed. Most probed. Upon learning of Devon, separate lodgings, images, views changed swiftly. Her sibling phoned. Bridget. We'd always meshed. Is it accurate? She inquired. Regarding Devon? Yes. Heavens. I advised against that journey. Told her it appeared improper. She claimed it was acceptable that you endorsed. She said I approved? Yes. Presented it as your full support. I chuckled sourly. She deceived us both. Apologies. For whatever you evaded disaster. The action progressed. Natasha secured representation. Some attorney who accepted due to her victim narrative. His initial letter was combative. Charged harassment, slander, illegal monitoring. Trevor dismantled it in reply. Noted licensed investigator is lawful. Truth defends slander. She perpetrated deceit. Evidence present. Her counsel silenced. Discovery was exquisite. We demanded her financial records, located voyage firm charge, located upscale lodging charges, her card, though Devin allegedly reserved, located digital transfers between her and Devin spanning months, labeled with affection symbols and private references. She'd schemed extensively. Her panic intensified. She sought the shared wedding savings. I'd already drained and shut it post-airport. My funds regardless. I deposited 90%. The institution phoned to verify. Informed me she'd appeared demanding entry. They notified closure. She exited ranting about monetary mistreatment. Then her side's ultimate move. Her mother, Patricia, contacted my relatives. My mother, father, even grandmother. Tales of my desertion of Natasha. My cruelty. Their family's ruin. My mother ended it swiftly. Patricia, your child took a 14-day amorous trip with her ex, using my son's money. He has pictures. He has proofs. Perhaps query her choices. Patricia muted. Disconnected. No further calls. The highlight arrived 3 weeks post-airport. Devin shared online. Lengthy complaint about judgment culture and complex bonds and how certain individuals can't accept evolved affection. Response is brutal. Man, you vacationed with another's bride-to-be? Evolved affection meaning infidelity? Not it, pal. He removed hours later. Too late. Captures eternal. Natasha attempted one last gambit. She mailed a note. Hand-penned. Delivered to my building's desk. Aired. I recognize now. But I cherish you. Always have. Devin is insignificant. Merely ease. Merely known. You're my marital choice. Please. Converse. I photographed it. Forwarded to Trevor. Additional proof of awareness. Perfect. She confessed the involvement. The agreement finalized recently. She consented to repay the $4,000 in segments. $400 monthly for 10 months. Not perfect, but preferable to prolongation. She also signed admitting fund misuse for matrimonial purposes. Her counsel resisted that clause. Trevor noted trial alternative where all proof enters public domain. She endorsed. I encountered her once more at the agreement session. She appeared worn, exhausted, beaten. Devin absent. Reportedly they'd clashed. Unsurprising. To anyone. She attempted dialogue as we exited. I truly regret. All right? Merely all right? What more? Natasha? You deceived. You took. You disgraced us both. You destroyed our future for an ex-trip. What remains? Pondered. She faltered. I believed I could retain both. Both what? Your stability and his thrill. Finally truthful. How fared that? She silent. I departed. Permanently. Final note. My wallet suffered. Lost roughly $14,000 overall on nuptial elements despite terminations and agreement. But truthfully, valued each cent, discovered her true nature pre-vows. Pre-home purchase. Pre-offspring. Some claimed I was excessive. Should have conversed initially. Offered explanation opportunity. But consider. She had opportunities. Each Devin mention. Each boundary discussion. Each honesty moment. She selected deceit instead. The $4,000 action wasn't monetary. It demanded responsibility. She required undeniable repercussion, not dismissible as my doubt. And she faced it. A managing now. Career occupied. Residence peaceful. Actually began dating anew. Encountered her at a pals gathering last month. Shared the full tale on second outing. Decided transparency on past. She chuckled and said, clarify. Your ex attempted to convince you her ex-vacation was acceptable. You engaged a detective, exposed the falsehood, served at terminal, and pursued for deceit. Yes, that's the most adept betrayal handling I've known. Dinner Friday, our third this weekend. Regarding Natasha, latest via online rumors, she's unattached. Devin reunited with his prior within a month post-journey. Vanessa withdrew after excessive late-night sobs. She's with parents regrouping. The payments arrive punctually. For $100. Monthly for 8 more. A small memo that deeds bear outcomes. And honestly, that suffices for resolution.